it's Ali Nitschke here, and today I wanted to share a little bit with you about the emotional bank account. So I work with leaders and organizations and teams around courageous leadership, communication and change, and something that pops up time and time again is feedback, but more specifically how we need to start utilizing the emotional bank account when it comes to feedback. I know many of you are familiar with providing constructive feedback, and perhaps you even heard of the feedback sandwich. But what we want to be thinking about when we're a leader and when we're providing feedback is not just always the constructive, but also the good feedback as well. So I wanted to share with you a concept called the emotional bank account. So what we want to be thinking about is when we are providing good feedback to our teams or to our peers, or even if we're providing feedback upwards as well, is that there's a ratio involved. And that ratio is from John Gottman's work around maintaining successful relationships, which is what we all want to be doing in the workplace, is making sure that we are putting money into the bank account or money into the relationship deposits, so to speak, to make sure that when it comes time to make a few withdrawals, we've got something there in the kitty. So when we're talking about feedback or the emotional bank account, we want to be having a think about it like this. So if we have got an emotional bank account in the shape of a square, of course, we have got money coming in, or this is things like good feedback, and then we've got money going out, or what we sometimes disguise as constructive criticism, but what we're actually talking about is giving feedback that perhaps is a behaviour adjustment or a performance adjustment. Now, the thing to take note of when we are providing feedback is that not all feedback is treated equal, which I'm sure you're aware of. But when we are looking to provide good feedback, we want to make sure that firstly, that it's specific, that we're able to identify what it is that was good. You know, it's all well and good to say, oh, well, thanks, thanks, John, you did a great job today, or we've really improved things. We want to go, hey, I really enjoyed how you presented that email today, or I really thought that you got us back on track, and what that meant was that we were able to meet our deadlines. So the more specific that we can be with our feedback, the better it is. And one of the perks of providing great feedback is that you, as the leader, are able to see that positive reinforcement and that improved behaviour or that improved performance as well. So when it comes to feedback, we want to think about it as a ratio of 1 to 5. So we want to be putting in good feedback at all the time. So wherever we can, oops, a smiley face there, wherever we can, these smiley faces are good feedback. So keep going, every day when you get the chance. And the more that you look for good things, the more that you'll start noticing good things. And if you're thinking, oh, actually, I might not have anything, just start looking for the little pieces and you'll start recognizing some more and more great performance and great behavior. So keep going with our smileys all the way here. And then we don't always know when the bad feedback is going to be coming along, which is why it's so important to keep adding to the good as much and as frequently as we possibly can, because invariably something will happen, whether there's a slip up, whether someone doesn't quite meet expectations, perhaps you're even in a grumpy mood and you need to, and you have a little slip up in your own behavior. And what happens is when we're doing the bad behavior or bad feedback, constructive feedback, is it disrupts that relationship. So we need to make sure that there is a buffer in there so that the whole relationship doesn't fall to pieces. So when there is a piece of constructive feedback that needs to happen, it goes out of the out account. But what happens, that's a sad face, what happens is one constructive piece of feedback or one bad piece of feedback actually equals 5 good pieces. 5, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why we want to be being aware of this is because we don't actually know when this one is going to come to fruition. Normally it's a surprise and we don't see it coming. So part of preempting that and part of maintaining our relationship with our team and with our peers is to be continually adding into the bank account. So putting deposits in, giving compliments, finding great things to provide feedback on, being interested in people's weekends if that's what's important to them, recognizing extra effort when things have gone in, and of course thanking your team as well. So keep in mind, we want to keep it to a ratio of 1 to 5. We never know when this one's going to pop up, so we need to be adding more and more in here as much as we possibly can. Thank you so much. I hope you found this useful. Let me know what you think.